You're playing with fire, Brian.
Hey,
You're playing with fire.
hold up a minute. How the fuck do I have 12 and 33? 33 seems like a big number in terms of scans compared to items. Unless I've been missing a lot, but is it just me or does Fury Green kind of have the same style as Phendrana Drifts? Musically, I mean. I don't really get that from Phendrana and Fury Green. I see more like Rio-ish, but foresty. I guess there's a few rooms, but that could maybe have it, but it doesn't. Fury Green has this more bombastic melody rather than like the chill vibes from Phendrana. But that's just me. I haven't heard the music enough because I don't feel like maybe I spent enough time in those rooms to like listen to the music. So, anyways. It's like these rooms are kind of cool, but at the same time, I guess I could, like, they're pretty, and I like the art direction, but where's, like, the storytelling for this area? Aside from, it's a bike factory, and, like, it would have been cool if you got to see more of, like, I don't know, shit going wrong, or what the Lamorne used to do here aside from bicycles and motorbikes. Because you also made like robots and stuff, but you don't really see like, alright, this is where they make the violas and this is where they make the robots. This certainly does feel like, alright, somebody escaped from where they're supposed to go, but we'll see. Maybe there's more to the map that I don't know. Well, this is certainly a boss room. I'm excited to see.
So?
Yeah, maybe. I guess I have to use the bike to fight the boss? That might be interesting. I mean, it was the latest power-up I collected, so I'd assume that maybe there's something to do. Ooh, orb boss.
You fought something similar to this.
In Federation Force, yes.
No, I mean, like, there was a small enemy that you fought. Well,
oh yeah, yeah. The guy with the orbs. Zelios? Helios at Home. Developed by Lamorne to manage Voltforge's factory and installed to an organic computer. Ooh. Fusion with a Metroid has made it uncontrollable. It's artificial intelligence installed to a computer created using organic cells. It was tasked with administration over Voltforge's vehicle manufacturing operation. And continue to follow its instructions through and beyond the extinction of the Lamorne. With, oh my goodness, what is this song? Whoa. With factory output persisting until the encounter with a Metroid. Fusion with the Metroid prevented Zelios from making decisions, causing its instructions to be forgotten before it modified itself into a battle AI. It has devised several attack methods, including beam attacks using converted electricity and explosive nets. Alright. How much did you miss? I don't know, Brian. What was the last thing that you saw yesterday? Because I literally just started the school, so I'm continuing right after. I mean, I think that the locations are pretty and their concepts are interesting, but I still haven't found like the part of the environments and the worlds that made me go, whoa, aside from, like yes, how pretty it all looks, you know? I was just hoping for, like, a little bit more environmental storytelling, giving that this is the pinnacle of the machine era of the long run. I don't know, maybe some more towers or something. I'm not assuming that this is all there is to it, but you know, because there's always backtracking in these games. Oh, you stopped at the part of the desert from the bot? Alright, so the thing to keep in mind then is I just went through a factory I went through an entire bit to reactivate the facility so that I could get the viola. That was pretty good in terms of damage. Spin! Oh, that was a direct hit. Bullshit game. Ooh. Fuck. Okay, so I gotta be careful when it does that, it's gonna charge that sort of electricity thing. Wow. Okay. Let's see. Like, it would have been cool if we saw more of this Stelios sort of picking over the facility, kind of like how in Skytown you got to see Gore's face when he was like hijacking Skytown. And maybe they gave this guy a face. I'm pondering on this orb. That melody reminds me of another song. I don't know which one. Not like a Metroid Prime song. Ouch. Yeah, so far the music is my favorite part of the game. So I'm glad that at least is a thing. How you doing that way? Glad to see you around here, buddy. I wonder if the name is a reference. I mean, given the fact that he's also an orb boss in a Sky Towny area, it almost would say that I'd be rather surprised that it's not a reference to Helios. So it's I'm probably the one fucker who played Federation Force in the entire world. So this also reminds me of like an orb boss that was in Federation Force. It's not a floating rock. It's a AI that's stuck inside these shields. And it's using the power of electricity, I guess. I just wish it had a face, because at least Helios had somewhat of a face. This guy's just working. It's fun to fight, though. I like that destroying the shields. That it uses full advantage of Samus's mobility. Oh shit. No, not again. Ooh. I can't even fight it with a bike. So what was the point? I just got the viola. I feel like the only thing I used it was to get to cross the chasm to get here, I guess. Alright, well, there we go. I wonder what this is. It looks like a little Lego cube. Kinda wish one of the troopers in the intro or Mackenzie made some reference to a past feat they know Samus from. Yeah, I mean, for sure, that would have been cool and cute to just like put it into perspective why they're being wowed about Samus for those who maybe did not play the earlier games. Given the fact that they're already going through the troubles of the quips and stuff like that. This boss has a weirdly uninteresting design, but it's fun and well animated and good music. Yeah, I agree. Captain Toad mode. We jump lower. We actually get low jump? What do you mean we jump? We jump lower now? What? Wait. Are you saying that, like, as a bit, or is it like now my regular jump, this one, is less of a jump than it was before? Because there's no way, right? I must ponder the rock on his head. How do I feel about the Viola suit? I really love it. I think it looks very clean and very cool. It gives me, like, Echo Z vibes in the good way. I just don't know how I feel about some of the stances yet. I feel like we're back to, like, stiff Miss Aaron. And I was kind of, like, enjoying the more organic-y feel that she was having in Echoes and Corruption. I was joking about the previous message. We'll get high jump. Oh, okay. So gotcha. I was tweaking. I don't know what to believe anymore. Ponder? Well, she ain't here. Alright, that was it, I guess. Thought there probably would be also like some form of cause and effect. We killed the
Nah.
thing. Yeah.
Your reward is the empty feeling
Oh.
of defeat an enemy.
Yeah, I guess. I just find it funny that, like... Oh, there's a missile. Alright. I'll take this. Thank you very much. Yes, very well, thank you. Chat, should I look up what the Silex amiibo does when you tap it? Because I don't have it. And I'm... like... just curious. What does he say? I was expecting you getting a power beam up because of the boss being electric based with beams. Yeah, me too. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm conditioned to like Echoes where the bosses in Fusion, the bosses sort of use the abilities of that you have, so. Well, you're getting SMT4 vibes? I mean, it really does sound like something out of like Tokyo or what was that dungeon with the or you had to pick the side with Flynn, where you're chasing Lilith. I want to look that up because it gives away a twist early on or something. Really? Really? No way. What?
Now you know.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I definitely won't be looking that up then. Alright, I guess now it's back out into the desert, maybe? I'll try. I actually think, but don't know. It shows a 100% shoot completion plus seen at any time. I mean, I guess that's something for that crowd, but wow. I don't know, like the thing I'm most excited about this game is Silex because, well, hunters, you know. It was my favorite character in that game. After the bike tracks, I think Retro should revive F-Zero. I would give it to the guys who are making the fast racing game, because those games are way more F-Zero-y than anything I did in that bike segment. Classism. I feel like what I played here equates more to like the Master Cycle in like an Ocarina of Time, sorry, Breath of the Wild, than like F-Zero per se. Oh. Oh, shit. Well, the melody in this also kind of builds up. I've noticed the change in the music between when I first come into the facility and it's like deactivated, and then how it sounds on the outside when I'm like in the power of the lightning, and then how it sounds on the inside when it's all powered up. But I don't know, I looked at these superstructures and I was got it ready to like lost and going up and down, but it's just like room 1, elevator 1, room 2, elevator 2, room 3, elevator 3. There's gotta be more to that, right? Right? Like, I don't really feel like I did much of an exploration so far. Just going from one place to the other. Whee! Yeah, I also gotta finish it, dead weight. I'm just giving my thoughts as I'm going. Oh, so this is like the elevator sequence, but instead of it being in the elevator, I get to look at Samosa and her sick-ass bike, I guess. The thing that I find sort of weird about the viola is that it's just picturing a Lamorne riding it and like their tentacle head things just flapping in the wind. But then again, I guess we could assume that they were also wearing like these biker suits, like the viola suit. Very cool. Alright. So I got space jump. I can't think of much back in Fury Green that I should be gathering that required me to do double jump, so I guess I'll go explore. It is a Metroid game after all. No. Hold on, there's something there. I didn't expect an area with 12 elevator rides in a row like this, but after Dread I didn't expect incredible music, so... I mean, but, you know, I think that music aside and all that other stuff, I was expecting more the, I guess, Mace-like, vibe from Skytown, or, Chozo Ruins or stuff like that. Well, it's convenient I had the jump there. Alright. Mechanoid scout bot emits waves from overhead and to detect a map, the position of Viola in the area. Alright. My room. Prime Field, Prime 4 similar to 2 and 3, very guided, but also remember Prime 1, the suit tells us where to go after time moving around. Well, I mean, all 3 Metroid Prime games tell you where to go, but there was 2 different trains of school of thoughts. There's the, well, 3 I guess. You know what, I'll go to the volcano, that looks cool. I saw a picture of it online. Oh, Soul Valley. Ooh. No. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no. No, no. Oh, sweet, okay. So, that's kind of cool. I can go to wherever, I guess. Bird. But like in Prime 1 and Prime 2, the suit told you where to go via the hint system after you spend a certain amount of time sort of meandering in it. Like at the end of the day, all Metroid games are rather linear. The question is how many times that the game give you the opportunity to just like explore. Oh, okay, that's cute. And get lost because there's more than one way forward or more than one thing that you can interact with this new ability. And some lead you to dead ends but reward you with like a power up, while others actually lead you to the straight way forward. Metroid Prime 1 has the advantage that, you know, when you start in rooms like Talon Overworld or Chosen Ruins, that big open room is like it's got multiple doors connecting to it, so it might encourage players to just search into different areas and what have you to try and find the so yeah, Prime 1 and 2 differ because 2 was a little bit more story structured. You go to like Agon Wastes and then you collect most of the things within Agon Wastes. But Agon Waste itself felt like a maze and a puzzle because you had Dark Aether and had to sort of figure out what was the best way for you to navigate from one place to the other. So there's a lot of like thinking and backtracking and stuff like that. And Corruption is definitely the most linear. Hooray! It had the Mackenzie hand-holding, but it was the Aurora unit instead. But I don't know which is worse, if you may, at this point, because the Aurora unit, I can shut it up either. Like, it can turn off the hint system and Corruption, but the Aurora unit will still talk to me. And if that's the case that they went with this, oh no. Why? Why not give me the option? Yeah, all Metroid games are linear. The question is how interesting is to find the line. And how much does the line give you the impression of, like... and stuff like that. And so far, Prime 4, I feel it more structured like Corruption than the original game, or Echoes. Giving the action-oriented focus in the intro. Yeah, you cannot turn off the Aurora units. You can turn off is at the end of the Aurora units, the hint system will ask you to open the map and tell you where you go. That's the main difference. Is there anything here? Ah, so I guess I'll get the chance to build a mech at some point. Okay. So my question is, how do I get there? And the like, so it helped you with like the story and the progression, because one thing led to another, and then you saw how things progressively felt sort of organically connected. My problem isn't that there's these areas we've seen are linear, but they don't make me think how much bigger is this area or world. It's like they answer it to stop your imagination asking that. Yeah, and I also feel like there wasn't really a chance for me to get lost. Like, I remember when I started Metroid Prime 1, and you land in Talon Overworld, the first thing I saw was, like, the door that leads to the Artifact Temple, and then I had to take the other line, the other door that leads to the two beetles towards Chozo Ruins, and then that other room had, like, another room above, where the flower is at, and I checked that, and that led also nowhere until I eventually stumbled into Chozo Ruins. I haven't really had a moment in Beyond that's quite like that yet. Like... microphone cable was dangling. It almost came disconnected, so I was trying to prevent big audio spike. Like, I don't. I feel like I have 2 master keys, but I've done nothing to earn them. In the same way that, like, you walk around, you know, I have two keys, and one of them I got just because I sort of, like, helped Mackenzie reach base camp, and all of a sudden there's a boss room. And then the second area I jumped through, like, a total of 7 rooms. And then, I made up to the final story beat of the game and was wondering how do you like hints to be phrased if you ask for them. As hints of sorts, you know. The vague that you can be, but on, like, giving me a hint, the better, but... Like... I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense. Oh, surge of electricity will cause it to activate. Maybe I have to turn something on then. So, like, I haven't felt the same engagement or exploration. I got lost, and I finally found my way towards Flagran. There's this boss that now I have to face. It was literally, I just went down, like... You know? I arrived here, and then I went down in a straight line until, like, I got to this room. In which case, this door was locked, so I went here and got the psychic powers, came back, moved forwards. Used the save room, but this area's blocked, and this area's blocked. So I went around the little Disney ride circle where the isopod gets killed by the, what is it called, the Griever? And I found Mackenzie, and then we crossed the bridge and into a room, into another room, into another room, into base camp. I leave him there in the baby park. And then I move, and then there's boss. Chozos must have been a more sadistic race. And I think, what does the Chozos and the Lamorn have to do anything with the game this time? Alright, so I'm guessing this is something I can not get, probably. It says I need an electricity, and I don't have anything. The keys are easy to get. Maybe it's just the first area section. I sure hope so, because, like, you know how in Echoes you had to get, like, the power-ups in order to then get the Sky Temple, the temple keys to then fight the boss and then get that power-up and the energy. There isn't quite something like that here. Like, I did the 3 trials in the Mario Kart tutorial of the bike, and yeah, I mean, yes, the Chosen do, like, make the temples in their areas, but if you're talking about how to get through from one area and the other, bird. You're gonna be bird. Nonetheless, the area has some beautiful areas. I mean, they're pretty, but they don't really tell me anything about it. And I'm saying this from, like, my first visit, but when I walked into Chozo Ruins and I saw all these rooms, I kind of felt that by looking at the room's name and then just being in it, I could kind of get a picture of what might have been going on in some of those rooms. But when I came to, like, Volt Forge, and it looks cool and the sound is pretty, it was like elevator. Alright, that's one elevator. Irradiation floor where they bring up bike pieces. Alright, cool. Elevator 2. And then there's this where they build bikes. Cool. Elevator 3. and then more parts being processed, and this outside, and then you get to the other tower, and it's elevator 4, a hallway, elevator 5, a hallway, elevator 6, a hallway, and track. So there's not a lot of time for me to get immersed on the surroundings because it all is not telling me how these different rooms used to build different machinery, because the lore before I went into there is that this is supposed to be the pinnacle of the Lamorn machine era. And they built all these machines and they had to stop because if not it was gonna like consume the resources of the planet. But when you go back, it's just bikes. You don't see like the production of the robots that you keep fighting over and over. The second part of the second tower was just more fighting enemies, and then once the enemies are done, I can go to the other room, rather than like, all right, I'm forced to find something in the room and then pay close attention to the details, so that way I can, I guess, find the way forward. But it feels as though it's just a minute. Like, I feel like there were more rooms, and you saw how the machines that they once made for... No, leave me alone. I'm just exploring and talking to chat. Alright. I didn't need a reminder. Oh, another scene transition. What is this place? To be fair, it's a factory. Yeah, and Phazon Mines was a mines, but it had a lot of room and diversity, so you really felt like the Space Pirates conducted more than just one type of mining over here. You saw them process the Phazon and how more corrupted and stable it became the deeper you went into the mines and less industrial, and how they're bringing the Phazon from the mines into the surface and potentially even the Orpheon. And stuff like that. Like, the areas look pretty. They sound insane, but that's like 25% of the of it. Like, again, this area looks pretty. It's insane, but it's just a hallway to go forward. What are the greens rock for? And what is the green bar above it? The green rocks? No, I think... Oh, yeah, I think they're from, like, to grow a fruit. Or something that we need to do, and the bar above Epion is just, I guess, my boost gauge. Oh my gosh. Nitro boost? For real? And my alert's not working, if it's the case. Like, the Prime games, the main thing that I think made the Prime games magical is just that I got so much more out of just looking at the details of the world. But, you know, I was in Voltforge, and I didn't get much of a semblance of what they do here aside from mass-producing bikes on ad nauseum. If it's the great machine era for the Lamorn that allow them to build all these other machines. The guy just tells you and all that stuff before you go in. I don't know about that yet, Brain. Like, I'm still in this portion of the game. I'm assuming I have to come back here with a power-up. Like, to be fair, I didn't really see anything about the game before its release, outside of, like, the things they showed in the directs. Transition. Loading screen. Alright, let's actually go to the volcano. This game is...
Loading screen?
Yeah, there's a lot of loading screens.
Yeah.
So no stage variety, rooms looking the same? Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Alright, scene transition. Like, these shots look cool. I like the foreboding drone atmosphere that plays during them. Oh, that door looks cool. Is that an item sound? Or is that just this? Oh, that's just that.
Maybe both?
I remember this sound effect from Star Soldier's Vanishing Earth for the Nintendo 64. They use this for the warning screen when you're about to fight the boss. IMO Prime 1 is a better game than this, but I do think this is up there with the other two. I don't know about that yet, chat. Because the other two, I think people just do not give it enough credit to what Echoes and Corruptions did in their map design and adventure layout and environmental storytelling and boss mechanics and how you use one item to go collect the other one and stuff like that. Not to mention the variety of things there were to fight with. Grenchlers, Commando Pirates, Ings, Hunter Ings, Ink Smashers, Quad MCs, Quad MQs, the dangling things from Sanctuary Fortress. You have to use the secret missiles, Pillbugs, the little worms and Agon Waste, Splinters, alpha variants of all these enemies.
My friend, I have to do a thing, so I'm gonna have to let you Prime by yourself. So I'll see you later.
See you, Gabe. Thanks for the co-host. Alright. It's like, alright, there's a boost ball spinner, but it's just like right here in my path, so I didn't have to do anything to kind of find it. Light delivery truck. Used to move materials and machinery required for energy. The best Metroid Prime game really is Xenoblade X, featuring Neil Nail and Elma. You're saying that as a joke, but that game had more like environmental storytelling. The different biomes and the different creatures and their scan locks and stuff. Eruption might be the worst of the 2000s trilogy, but it had the best combat. I never skipped the Space Pirates fight in 3. I went through all the 3 games before this one, and I think the combat is not as good. Oh wow, cool. Oh, I can't wait to I can't wait to go spelunking in there. Flare pool. Can't wait. Lava facility? Sweet, that looks sick. Fucking Mordor looking at. Yeah, I mean, the vistas are pretty, but how fun is it to explore them as we go in? I guess I'll rev up my bike and find out. Oh, another loading screen. Oh my gosh, sea looks. Okay. Oh my gosh, Akira slide. I know what that is. Alright. Okay. He's called Silux because when he sees Samoza, he locks the door. Alright, Sabletooth, I'll give you that one. That one's funny. Oh, so... Okay. I guess it's a dead end? There's no way I can just, like, hop. No. There's just no
Yay!
way. Oh, thank you for the yay. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Alright. Okay. Nothing there. My comment with the Prime 3 corruption combat is that I feel we think is better because you're aiming the Wiimote at things and enemies kind of move a little bit more. But like I was playing it before that, literally finished it. My latest playthrough is so fresh in my mind that and a lot of enemies spin, a lot of enemies just hide weak point, a lot of enemies just sort of waste time. Nova Beam, Plasma Beam don't really upgrade your power beam. So if you're not hyper moding, you're not winning. Oh. Okay. Beep oops. Again. More Zybots. I don't know, I thought I'd be fighting some lava cavern dweller type of shit. Yeah, like, they have all of these in the more machine era and stuff, but it was just a life factor. Didn't really see them testing out weapons, a research center to find ways in improving the bike, or robot part, how the bikes slowly started becoming robot parts type of stuff. This is a parasite at home. Search a save room. You know, I've not really done anything in terms of finding my way through. Like, this just happened to open by itself after I triggered one cinematic, and then it's not like Silex took down the bridge and now it was up to me to see how I get in here. Takes waste brought to the delivery trucks and transported to the scrapyard. Alright. Oh. Oh, new enemy, new enemy, new enemy. Hooray. Wow. Gosh, my capture card is having issues again. So if it looks like I'm just doing nothing, please imagine that my screen just turned black for a microsecond. Or two. I'm trying my best. Alright. Okay. Come on, capture card. Why? I'm a big boy. I played Metroid Prime alone with no guides and shit when I was a kid. What makes you think I cannot take care of myself? Why can't I just turn that off? Alright. This is a key. Fire chip. Dope. Ah. Oh. Alright. Okay, so I guess I have to go back to Mackenzie. Alright. Like, it looks pretty, but none of this is telling me anything of what was going on here aside from they mined in a cave. Like, here's some derelict mining equipment. Like, the controllers feel good at least. Like, I like how Samus moves around. I like the firing rate. I like firing missiles. I like the quick, more seamless transition between Morph Ball and Human Samosa. I like the fact that I can say the same about getting on and off my bike. Okay, it was just loading, even though there's a speed limit. I guess I was going too fast. Nope. So, not one roadblock, but two. Okay. The fire chip, Mega Man 0, yeah, right? Okay. Okay, so this was just nothing again. Into a loading screen. Mega Man Battle Network, my jam. The other areas have a bit more backstory, thankfully. The problem is that every area had backstory. Every area played a part to the bigger picture, and offering some a clue to the puzzle of what really happened on this planet and how much more creepier and deadlier it becomes the deeper in the rabbit hole goes. You go into that rabbit hole, which I've not felt in this since I was in Fury Green, since like my psychic powers in the intro, and I was just like dropped here. If that makes any sense. I'm not trying to be a hater, Chad. Do know that if there's someone who's excited for Metroid Prime 4, it's your boy. I sort of like Metroid Prime made me into it. Echoes like solidified that. Corruption was like, oh shit. No. Yes, I'm going to you, I know.
I'm pretty good with machines. Want to bring it back to base camp so I can take a look?
No. I honestly... Why? Why do you have to tell me this? The other screen already had told me this. I have to take it to a level 4 Federation engineer. Yeah, we have to go to Mackenzie now. So I got the Viola bike, I got space jump boots, but I haven't used one or the other to get the next item for progression. Instead I looked at a cinematic, I triggered another cinematic, I collected a beam, a chip, 2 roadblocks, and now I'm going back to Mackenzie. Trans loading screen. Ooh. Like, I do like this. Like, look at this lighting. Look at how it just came to life. It's cool, but it's only here. not like part of a bigger interconnected thing. Interesting. I guess this is the MacGuffin room. I thought, how many MacGuffins are there? Because there's these green crystals that I need to grow for fruit. And then there is the 5 master teleporter keys for the thing at the Chrono Tower. Do noises. Yeah, I made a joke yesterday when I first arrived there that I had to sandwalk or else the Shai-Hulud would come and get me. You needed the bike to open the doors, which is kind of fun. No. Because, like, sure, yeah, I needed it to open the doors, but it needed the bike's, like, speed to jump a chasm or its homing properties to, like, destroy something that allows me to go through. I just, like, it's the same thing that the boost ball was able to complete, and the boost ball is still in this game. You just stay in place and boost ball. Pylon with an electrical conductive decoration at its center. It is etched with alloy that instantly amplifies currents. Linked to the device that activates when all pylons are electrified simultaneously. Like, the plasma beam is fun not just because it opens the door, but because you can use the plasma beam to melt the environment and melt your opponent's phases. So, like, it makes you look for more. And, like, I feel like if it were another Metroid Prime game, the whole... I know I need to go there. I know I need to go. I know. Leave me alone. I know where to go, game. It's not my first. You're only my first Prime game. Like, this in any other Metroid game would probably just be part of the map itself, rather than like some other loading screen. I'm noticing a playstyle difference between you and me. In the previous games, wherever I enter a room, I immediately use the scan visor. I used the scan visor last, even as a kid, because I felt the game looked too pretty for me to be looking at on this mode. And with this sound. And I'm kind of like the puzzles. I like myself a good puzzle, so like... Why would I spoil the solution by just scanning everything? I would like first try and figure it out and then scan my way through the room. But you know, I was a dumb baby kid. Alright, I'm assuming I cannot do anything in here yet either. Which I guess is cool, if it weren't for the fact that like, now I have to go back to another room to activate another elevator loading screen. 1, 2, 3. Well, I still have like my hopes that from what Tanabe had said in those interviews back in 2017 about the different time periods and stuff. I thought that we would have gotten something along those lines when we walked into Vault Forge and we bring it back to life. And among all the technological stuff that was there was the whatever time rift. And so we get to see this part of the map also like during the machine era. Or something like that. So the worst Mackenzie moment is that if you spent even just a couple more minutes in the desert earlier, he basically says, hey, I know, I said you can explore anywhere, but actually please go to the volcano. Oh gosh. Then why tell me? then why tell me I can go to any area? Or why not just like leave it as, if I call Mackenzie, like I'm stuck, I check the other areas, Mackenzie, and I'm like a little baby, and I call Mackenzie for help. Mackenzie's like, you know, I did more scans, and I can see some weird activity coming from the volcano area. Like, I feel I'm scanning in this game just to know how I can... Where's the map? Where's the map? Oh. I guess I was too zoomed in. Just to see how things interact, but rarely am I scanning something that's like Chosen Ruins, Aether. They're like, oh, this is just something that the Luminov used to do for decorations, and this is like their thing, and whatever. Alright, that's full forge. Didn't the previous game hit loading screens behind doors? Yes, but the thing is that there was a lot of smaller interconnected rooms, so you were still walking, engaging with the environment and looking at it, maybe trying to fight off some enemies and what have you, rather than just put the controller down and look at the loading screen. Mackenzie mainly calls from the desert and the Yamaha Moto factory. Well, yeah, but the issue is that he calls in the desert, which is sort of like this game's overworld, you know? And I cannot, like, stop. Loading screens are much faster in Switch too. Well, I hope so, given the fact that the system costs, you know, $450. And then the game itself costs an additional $10 than the Switch 1 version. So, like, I'd taking that as a bare minimum, that the game loads faster. But, like, this is still, like, the Switch 1 game, right? Like, I was all on board for the different ideas. Don't get me wrong, I'll be the first guy to always champion new ideas in Metroid games. Try the wacky, try the weird. So long as there's exploration type behind it. And, like, stuff. Psychic Lasso. Alright. Sand Reaver. At least these guys were fun to fight. The Lamorn looking up. I mean, still got the 4 tentacles in the head and the 6 limbs. What is my opinion on the Viola suit so far? I really like it. Despite my other whatever I might be feeling with the game, I really like the Viola suit since they showed it. Like, I really like it when devs and artists take the Samus silhouette and like just warp it and change it, but it can still read a Samus. So it kind of reminds me of that same magic the light suit and the dark suit and the PED suit had in the other games. There's a missile there. I have a stinking suspicion that it might just be better for me to try and collect these items once I have everything. Viola suit looks like an actual racing suit Samus fight. Yes, and that's kind of what I like about it, especially given that's like the bike and whatever. Federation cargo line vehicle was brought here when the Lamorn teleporter went out of control. The arm lock and the socket at its base was released with a powerful burst. Brought here when the Lamorn teleporter went out of control. Alright, so I guess my theories from before the game came out were starting to be a thing, I guess? Not that there's anything wrong or good or bad about that. It just shows that your boy's a little bit too much of a nerd, I guess. The lore of the moment, we built badass motorcycles to move around the rest of the desert. The end. Oh, don't forget, we also made a sick-ass temple to like purify ourselves and share knowledge or whatever other Lamorn thing happens. But I didn't really feel like I reached a temple center quite like the temples in Echoes. Hey, are you okay, man? Be honest, you sound down. Well, A, it's early, and I'm still having cups of coffee. There's a part of me that's just a little bit more mellow and relaxed today, in general, so that might be conveyed as that. And second of all, I'm just, like, processing, like, the game, I guess. Yeah, you know, I was expecting... Like, I feel like there's a lot of ideas, but I'm not seeing the full picture yet of what sort of bigger cosmic thread there might be going on. You know, in Prime 1 by now it would be at least have the name Phazon be something that holds some bare significance in my brain. Oh, it just marked it out for me. I didn't even have to go and scan it. I was trying to get there so I can scan it. Alright. That's a dead end. At least the bike really controls well. I can say that as well. I don't mind the open world. I think Hit Me would have definitely eaten Samus on a bike in a Termina Field-esque so much, especially as like, alright, I did my Metroid exploration. Now I kind of wish I could just Tony Hawk around here, Kirby or of sorts. But like, I thought that they were gonna like put the Lamorn and the bikes and all this. You want me to say something that might help? Yeah, sure. Why not? Still waiting for a 3D fusion suit moving Metroid membrane. What do you mean by that, Banshee? Yeah, it reminds me of the Great Sea from Wind Waker. Yeah, but it's just, I guess, missing the bombastic music. Don't get me wrong, I kind of do like that. I'm a weird guy, and I do like my spooky, no sound ambience and stuff like that. But I'm also like, I guess, probably betting on the fact that it will change as I progress and something happens in the story. You know, this is just like state 1. I think about Nier Automata a lot and how the city ruins like progressively changes with the story. Oh, loading screen. All right. I enjoyed the game a lot more when I kept my expectations low and accepted it will probably be my least favorite Prime. I mean, that doesn't really help much, if being fully honest. Because I had no expectations, is what I'm saying. Like, I jump in ready to just experience whatever it is. All I wanted was to be lost and explore alien cultures and finding puzzles and stuff. Do you have thoughts about the Lamorn look resembling other enemies from the Prime series? I mean, at aka the Metroid trainer, this looks pretty, but it's just a vista. Mentioned that you know, the Lamorn kind of looked like the Metroid Prime core membrane, and like between waiting and all that stuff, the more I saw it, the more I thought he was going there or something. So like, with Beyond and all the things that Tanabe has said about like wanting different time periods, that perhaps Silex was trying to like just rewrite history to a certain extent, not necessarily to bring Phazon back, but to something that might go even further back beyond. Oh, another... Oh, okay. Where am I going then? and stuff like that. So I think it's cool, but I'm just trying to see more of my story. Sounded a bit miserable about the game for about half an hour is all. I mean, yeah, because like at this point I was expecting like, dude, I'm so lost. Where am I supposed to go? And like, all right, oh, okay. Ah, so this is how you come all the way back here. Okay. I mean, it's also because like I'm just being mellow. I'm trying to not let too much positivity or too much negativity just get to me, and I guess I just tend to be a little bit more of a mellow person in general. Like even when I was playing Dread, but in those days I was playing more at nighttime, where I think I just have a lot more energy, and definitely more of a night person than a day person. So that also plays a little bit. Should probably go make some more coffee. Like the fusion suit pulsating like it was alive. I want to see that in a 3D Metroid game. Yeah, that might be actually cool. Alright, now that I'm actually backtracking, even though I'm just backtracking to base camp and not really backtracking to find a new portion of this map, I think. Oh wait, there's a statue here. Can I scan this? Ancient carved statue from a single stone. Analysis implies that surface cracks were caused by a strong impact. Item detected within. Right, so I guess I need something stronger. What happened to the Dread streams? They're on the VOD channel, or Orpheon station. I'm moving most of the streams to that second VOD channel. The main reason I've kept it in the main channel is because I took a break, a very long impromptu break, to just prep for Prime 4 and what have you. So I'll eventually move those VODs onto Orpheon Station, which is where most of the other VODs are at, for like things that I've sat down and finished. Do you expect Silex to use his Metroid the way he has? No. To be honest, I didn't really have any expectations for how Silex was going to use the Metroids. I guess I expected that at this point, I would have a hint, a keyword hint, or what might be going on. Because story so far, I landed here to help the Federation fight Silux and his gang of pirates, and then Silux fired the artifact that caused a time warp that I guess teleported us over here in this different time period or pocket dimension or whatever it is. And then Silux is nowhere to be seen, and now I gotta help the Lamorne. I'm just trying to see if there's anything for me to destroy or items to find. Would you say the missiles feel weak in Prime 4? No, they feel strong. They feel powerful. I think that the reason they might feel weak is because you need to fire more things to kill stuff in this game in comparison to the others. I think the missiles are their most weakless and sort of like whatever in Corruption, where they're just, once again, like everything else in that game, completely overshadowed by the hyper mode. Like in the other Prime games, it takes like 2 missiles or so to kill a space pirate, but in Corruption, it takes a lot more. And in Corruption, it's just because everything is there to cater for the hyper mode. Alright, so there's that thing I scanned. I think I missed a scan at the beginning of the game, but it's fine. I'll go look for it later. So like in Metroid Prime, I feel that by this current point in the story, I'd be, you know, getting the boost ball or going back to the gunship for the space jump. But at that point, I would have had a semblance of what Phazon is and that the space pirates are here. And thanks to all the world building in the Orpheon, and then, you know, by scanning the Chozo lore and the Chozo ruins, I would learn about who these Chozo were and the fact that, like, the meteor came down on the planet. My capture card is acting up again. Sorry. If I stop in place or I feels like I'm just janking, I promise is that it won't happen on the feed, but my screen that I'm using to play the game just keep going black. So I might reconnect and disconnect. I think just my capture card is seeing the end of its days or sorts. I've tried blowing and cleaning all the connections and stuff. Like, I'm not going for 100% scans, I'm going for 100% items. Those are usually the criteria for the Prime games to just get the ending anyways. You know? You know, there's even an item like behind the gunship. What capture card you have? I have a very, very, very old Elgato 60S. Very old. I bought it secondhand as well back in like 2016, 15, because I found it at some place and at a discount, of course. I have bought this to make the Orpheon channel videos back when I wasn't sure about if I wanted to do it or not, so I bought it secondhand because it was way cheaper. But it's been working perfectly through all these years, but ever since like last year it's been acting up, and now it's really acting up. No, yeah, you guys won't see the issue, because the issue is not... The capture card has like 2 slots, an input and an output. The input, it works fine, so you guys will be able to see the game no problem. It's more so the output part of the capture card, the HDMI, that is supposed to go towards the TV so I can play the game without any latency, that actively keeps acting up. Alright, so, like, I haven't really found anywhere else to go. Alright, let's go talk to Mackenzie, I guess.
Welcome back, Samus. Come on, show me what you found in Flare Pool.
What if I don't want to?
Sweet, sweet baby. Tell me. Tell me what Silux is. Tell me what the funny blue man for hunters is. I'm here for him.
Like a circuit, and it seems like there's a...
Do they still push firmware updates for it anymore? I don't really think so, dude. I don't really think so, because it even the capture software I'm using is not even like the latest one from Elgato. I have to use the old one.
This program converts the energy that the device emits into thermal energy and highly amplifies it.
Okay.
If I tweak it and integrate it into your...
Like, see, I get more about Mackenzie's technobabble that I've gotten about the Lamorn and what they do and how they lived and what were their beliefs and stuff.
Ta-da! Give her a try.
Ooh. Ooh. Cool. Ba-ba-da-boom-boom. I find Reavers fun, so far, because I find them like interesting to shoot at. They dodge and they hit the missiles and they move out of the way, rather than like other pirates in the original games where they just kind of stand there and take it. But you know, it's a Metroid game.
If you find anything else, bring it into me. I'm dying to do more experiments.
All right, that little nod at the end was pretty cool. It's just so. What if you got a splitter that splits the HDMI cable to 2 before it enters the input? I think that the issue is just the input on the output slot of my capture card in general, and less so the cable, because I did try several cables. I did try a lot of all this other stuff. Like right now, it's off and on, off and on. I'm gonna just take the opportunity to reset it real quick before Mackenzie starts telling me where I'm supposed to go next. Unless, I guess he just does that now. Alright. Nope. Oh, cool. This is fun. Okay, so now that I have this, I guess in my mind it makes sense to go to the ice world.
Burn it all down with fire shots.
Oh, nice. Oh, my capture card, please. Please? Thank you. Oh, please. Capture card, please, please, please. I just want to play the game. This is getting... It's really bad on my end with this screen. Oh, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try disconnecting it again. Hopefully, moving it won't cause the input feed to disappear. All right. Oh, come on, capture card. It wasn't working. It wasn't this bad yesterday. Really haven't, again, touched it since yesterday's stream. I apologize for this, chat. I know it must not be fun to see me stop the stream or and stuff just because my own technical difficulties. If you have not yet mastered the elemental power, come first to this place to learn and discover what the device has to teach. Okay. The one who wields well the power of elements shall explore to the ends of the world and deepen their knowledge of it. More than a Lamorn priest, I am one who freely commands the elements. Oh. Okay, so some semblance of lore. The element of fire burst forth into this world. It was the first element that Lamorn learned to control. He must know its origins to be its master. So again, another comeback here later of both the power-ups. I guess. Well, I'll try and go to the ice world. There's this over here. Magmore was boring, but Fend was peak Metroid. Only the swamp from Echoes was better. If I may offer like a different perspective. I'm waiting on my capture card, which is now completely not working. I grabbed that completely blind, by the way, chat. I can hear the game through my headphones, but I cannot see the game through the TV. When it goes black, I play from the delay, the delayed feed that was on the software. But the Macmorn was peak in more than one aspect, and I think people really underappreciate it. In my eyes, it's peak because it's the transition area. It's the whole Soul Valley, but it's this cool Macmorn caverns. You're in a cave. It's underground and different to like the surface areas of Treasure Ruins, Phendrana Drifts, and Talon Overworld. But you also find like the thermal facilities and installations that the pirates have been using to harness like the lava for fuel, so they can go and use that for Phazon mines. And there's an elevator in Macmorn that takes you also to the Phazon mines, which helps bring that narrative full circle and stuff. And so you see the same type of hallways and constructions that they would use for their facilities in Phendrana that help you understand that this is not like Chozo artifact, but it's pirates putting up their own things as they excavate and like get the head start on you on trying to figure out what this planet is. So you can tell which rooms the pirates have been or not in Chozo Ruins based by how much of their infrastructure you see in there. And then you go to the Phazon mines and you find the pirate, the trooper enemies with the different beams. So like, it all feels interconnected towards that story. Not to mention that it also even had its own unique set of enemies to fight, like the Macmor, and it introduces the Puffers, and you find what's it called, the little mushroom that you shoot and it turns around so you can use it as a platform. So like I always liked it because of that aspect and what it adds to the story and to the world, but in a gameplay sense it's just supposed to be like a little connection area that takes players from Talon Overworld to Phendrana Drifts. And it kind of makes it cool because the only way you can reach Phendrana is via Macmorn. So it gives these maps more interconnected sense of you have to go through one and the other. So it does help that Macmorn is pretty small and linear, but there's very much a lot of convenient ways that you can traverse Macmorn, because in Talon Overworld you have that elevator that takes you to the middle of Macmorn Caverns. So like you can quickly just get back to wherever you're going. Like, well, I gotta manually remove these. Okay, I guess. Oh, whoops, wrong button. Marker. All right. In Echoes, I believe most of the rooms are better as well. Torvusbog, which is the one you mentioned, is fantastic. Oh? Hold on a minute. Oh, is the environment going to change now? Whoa. They're turning green. Mountain Dew. I guess they're see. Oh, I thought for a second that was gonna help like make the vegetation or whatever like evolve or change the time period. I was gonna ask how far you're into the game, but I have my answers now. Okay, sweet. I just got the fire shot from Mackenzie. And though he hasn't told me, my gut tells me that I should be going. That looked weird. Did it kind of like glitch? Oh, I guess it changed the terrain from one visual to the other. My gut tells me to go towards the ice area. That was the thing that just happened. Oh. I don't know, I thought that probably would have changed something in the environment. Well, it's a good thing I have Fire Shot. I do really like that the beams are just like now on a separate button, and that they changed like that. This is super cool. Like, no matter what, this is insanely cool and insanely fun. And that, like, alright, I get to shoot the beam, but then the psychic power beam, but I still have access to my other one. Whoa. Big room. Okay, let's find... There's gotta be something in here, right? Oh, new enemy? New lore. Who this? Web crawler. I might have to consider finding a new capture card soonish, but I don't know where I could find one where I live at. I can't just simply order one from Amazon. I'll find something. Whoa. The sound is crazy on my headphones. Oh. I'm just taking the little... Aha. So I like that the beam feels like it's echoes but prime. It's like, I think they found the perfect compromise where you can still swap to them and it does the cool little transformation. But you still have like the ammo system that makes you more wary about when you want to use the beams. But because you have sort of like two beams on at once, it gives you just more incentive to use them congruently. Oh wow. Oh wow, this looks crazy. Whoa. More rooms like this, please. Oh, it's a power up, right? Charge fire shot. Oh, okay. Huh. Cool. All right, that's super cool. It's like the flamethrower in the wave buster, but I assume way more usable because it's like a charge shot. Lore? Oh, no, it's just back to the overworld. Okay. Favorite boss from the Prime series is the first phase of the Metroid Prime fight. That's pretty good. I don't think I have a favorite boss, but it probably is the Omega Pirate. I just like the narrative, the build-up, and the mechanics of the boss itself way too much. Meanwhile, you got the normal fire shot 8 minutes ago. True, but I guess that this one is optional. And not knowing that this is in the way, if even I'm going the right way, which has me very much excited. You know, I guess I stumbled upon it. This is really a problem because I'm very OCD with these type of things. That's more of a me thing. What did I miss? I was here before you went to babysit backseater Mackenzie. I just got the fire charge shot, and it was located in the desert through a alternative little cave thing I found. Yeah, Cho, what is your favorite boss in the Prime series? If it's someone from Beyond that I haven't seen, just say someone else from Beyond. Like, you could say like a later boss from Beyond. I'm asking just the boss. Is it Psychic or Fire, but with feel like Prime 2? It's Fire, like in Prime 2. So, Brian, the way it works is I can have my Power Beam and fire missiles. Or instead of having the missiles, I can swap to having the plasma beam of sorts, and now I unlocked. Oh, cool! Pew, pew, pew. All right, that's super cool. It's not just like another charge shot; it goes in a different pattern and stuff. But I'm assuming all those beams are gonna share an ammo. So you just press the left trigger to fire the psychic shot, but then the right bumper to fire. Could Draxus or someone from Beyond? Alright. Just think that none of the other games match the level of hype that Echoes ends with. I mean, Echoes, it's my personal favorite, so I'd consider Echoes to be the peak. Ooh. Very eager. I like the sound effect that makes it sound like if it were someone sleeping. But I'm assuming it's just an elevator room. It still looks cool, and I like the sound. Right now, I still don't know where Prime 4 ranks for me, so I don't have an opinion on which boss is my favorite on this game.
Yeah.
Well, I think I liked more the Carvex boss than the Xelios boss. Oh, an elevator room for... So I had the little transition of Samus going into that hallway I was before, to then reach an elevator room for another mini transition for the actual loading screen. Okay. The mini bosses and Echoes are better than the 3 main bosses, just my opinion. I can agree with that. I feel like the mini bosses and Echoes are just way too peak, dude. But with that said, I think that the Quadraxis boss like lives up to that level of spectacle, and that at least for Amorbis, it's like, you know, the first boss. They might have wanted to do it a little bit easier, kind of like Flagra. But I just got here. What are you telling me where I'm supposed to go? Ooh. I do like so far that, like, at least in this area, it feels like I might be returning to the spooky crawlies. Oh, I can be really from the other side. Alright. What bosses have I fought so far? Where there was Abarax, which was like the space pirate at the beginning of the game. During the Silux invasion, I guess. Then I fought Carvex, which was the plant boss. And I just recently fought Zelios, which was the orb boss. Now I'm here. Burn. Oh, okay, so I guess if I had come here when Mackenzie's like, go wherever you want before I reach the volcano, I wouldn't be able to make progress here. So I'm assuming I'm heading perhaps a right direction. Ooh. What is this song? Oh, wow. Whoa. Oh, this vista looks incredible. Ice belt. They really cooked with these vistas, but that's a quarter of the magic. Ooh, pots. Hold up a minute. Hold up a minute. I think it's finally started to kick in. That the environmental storytelling. Look at that. Alright, so they're carrying pots from wherever it is over this sort of monorail system into the building. Or whatever this place is. I don't even know if it's a building. Scout pod. Scout pods. No, 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 no. I just wanted to mark it on my map. I just wanted to mark this. Wow. I love the music. I love the atmosphere. I like that there's a more semblance of visual storytelling as well. All leading to like this facility. A lot of the vistas feel like very much the painting of like Isle of the Dead, where they lure towards the middle. Doggies! Alien ice doggies versus Samosa. Alright. My money's on Samosa. Snow Wolf. They just called Snow Wolf. Okay. Die. Oh. Is it like the Hive Mecha where I have to dwindle their numbers, maybe? Do I gotta kill all these doggies? Maybe I gotta make my way towards the... No. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, I guess not? Okay. Maybe I have to throw a bomb in. No. Bad doggies. Here, play fetch. Beep. Dead. Bad doggies. Okay. You play fetch. I legitimately love that I can do that. Doggy. Oh, hey, Pawn. Yeah, I don't know. Where's... where is exploration? Where lore? Maybe I gotta keep pushing my way through. Or not. Doggo's getting that 9,000 degree difference checked. Yeah. How many of them? There's just no end to these guys. Maybe I have to use the... Is this an endurance round? Okay. There's way more now. There's like a lot more. Holy crap. There's certainly a lot. Hello, game? 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 Hello? What am I supposed to... Oh. Okay. I guess first game over. Try that again. Dope. So confused. Also, cool death screen, by the way. Scan doggies. Maybe there's like an alpha in the pack that I need to kill? Kamen Rider Alpha. I really am no comprender. I'm just waiting on these dogs. More of them joined the pack. That's for sure. Like, okay. Like, I was right there. I was about to go into, like, this facility thing. I was getting excited. But no, it's a doggy survived. It is kind of cool that there's wolves in Metroid. Something a little bit more mammal. Certainly don't see enough mammal creatures in, like, Metroid games. So it gives it, like, that unique vibe of sorts when most of it tends to be, like, insects or reptile or bird looking things. Die. Die. Dead dog. Shoot dog.
Oh, hello.
Hey, it's not my fault. Thanks for the follow, Noise Police. Really appreciate it. Gosh.
Hello. Please leave me alone. I just want to go and explore Spooky.
Maybe I have to go back. I don't know. Come here with my bike. Scare the doggies off. Wow, there's a lot more now. Okay, game. Game. Can I play? Okay. What now? These fucking dogs. Come on. Alright, game. Oh. What did I do different this time? Cinematic? Okay. Well, that's one end to this resolution to the conflict, I guess. Chat, what was I supposed to do there? If anybody knows. Like, was I supposed to, like, defeat a certain amount of doggies before the game let me progress? You survived long enough this time. Oh, it's just an endurance. More damage, maybe? I didn't really feel like I was doing any more or less damage than I was doing previously. Scripted event. I guess it was just an endurance round. I feel like if they wanted to put me in the situation where I'm entering this place with low health and it's all spooky, that they could have just done something else, maybe. Timer plus countdown for how much damage you do. It's a thing some boss faces do. So that's kind of like... I feel like I died to just a scripted event. This cooling system lost power and failed. Alright, so yeah, they're pushing more things in there. It is indeed an endurance round. Oh boy. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like there was already a lot of endurance rounds in Voltforge as this. When they threw all those Cybots back to back and then the Sea-Gooks fight. So I'm just trying to see... See, like, that's very much like the Isle of the Dead painting. I'm sorry, Chad, I'm obsessed with that. It might be my favorite painting of all time. Oh, there's a door over there. Whoops. Oh, no, that's where it came from. Came from. Double whoops. Yeah, but you were actually supposed to win an interaction. Well... the thing I don't like about it is that, like, I just had to shoot things. Right, so I'm just trying to find how to restore power. That's cool. The low ammo thing. Oh. I was just going through that door.
All clear.
Oh, there's another guy.
I never thought I'd meet the legendary bounty hunter, Samus. In a place like this. Corporal Rieger Tokabi.
Tokabi.
Fed sniper. Herc Unit Delta. It's good to finally cross paths with you. But tell me, where are we?
No clue, dude. Planet
We were
Veros.
deep in gunfire.
No.
I lost visuals, Then
I mean, I
make
guess
the
thanks for
bunch
the
of
assist
cogs you
earlier,
make
but
and a
wish I,
leg to
you know,
match.
I'm a Samosa. I'm
Now,
supposed to blow stuff up.
I tried to access this terminal, but the only thing I could get operational was the gun. That's it. Then I see this here. What do you make of it?
Hold up a minute. Alright, I'm back. Now Samus could talk at least one-liner like thanks. No, I'd like more if she says nothing. Just the head nods. Oh.
You were able to activate this. A map of the facility. But it's corrupted.
Oh. Okay. Why you tell me where I'm supposed to
You
go,
wanna
game?
There. In that case, this elevator is the only way down. But the power's offline. One moment. There. That must be the generator room. I think we can bring it back to life. All right, you have the map. I'm no good with this leg, so I'll have to keep an eye on you from here. Luck be with you.
Alright, do I get to play now? Sweet. Okay. I do like the fact that Samus doesn't say anything because she's always supposed to be this sort of stoic person and stuff. So having her keep that compared to the Federations who are already doing the talking, it's kind of like a fun way. You're humanizing the Federations guys as your average Joes, but Samus is like bigger than that, so. So the canisters were also moved in here. Cool. Oh, new thing. So at least I guess Tabika is like in his own babysitting area. So I guess I at least get to explore the rest of it. Whoa. Alright, so it's more of that. The funny thing is that the characters, the Federation troopers just are giving like the exposition dialogue, but it's sort of an exposition that I thought like the player, was able to just surmise enough without it. Well, shriek bats. It's kind of creepy how they just look at you like that. Oh, they're dirt wings. Yeah, the red eye that you can see and how they float to you is very creepy. I really like that. I just wish that they added more flavor text or something in the dialogue so that I knew more about these guys. Because now that I think about it, I really don't know anything about Mackenzie. think I know more about Noxus than Mackenzie. That guy only has one paragraph. Loading platform. Alright, so they go from the outside into this. And then they leave them there, and I guess they're processed. But, you know, it's not the first time that we've seen Metroid where there's a silent protagonist and how they deal with the story. And that there's Federation members as well. My mind goes to, like, the Metroid Prime 2 manga that they release in conjunction with a game in which Samus is sort of like an alternate take of the story where Samus is actually with the some Federation troopers. And all that stuff where she's the silent one, she doesn't say a thing, or maybe one or two words here and there. Or when she's more talkative in like the Samus and Joey stories. And even in Corruption, where she doesn't say a thing and it's the Aurora unit, and Emerald Dane, Rundas and Gandrada and Gore and everybody else just delivering the story. Here is just, I guess, that it's a little bit different because Samus is a bigger part of the cinematic, where the other ones are just talking to her, but it's kind of like the same here. Alright, so what is this? I'm assuming a new power-up. Psychic Lock, developed during the Psychic era. Ooh, blocks passages with a wall of psychic energy. These locks can be released during the collected TK codes. I was curious to ask if Mackenzie reminds you of any Fed Force. The answer is no, just because in Federation Force it wasn't really much of a character unless you want to count Alex Miles. Floor security display shows the location and current state of security doors. My name is Targon, and I am a researcher at this facility. I'm writing this to have a recorded record of my experiments. When the great tragedy occurred, many fled the danger within the research center. However, at the guidance of the priest Chatoya, a few of us stayed in order to perform analysis of and experiments on Griever anatomy. Our hope is to reverse the transformation by administering a solution of process green energy to subjects brought to the facility. I want to believe we can succeed. Ooh. Why is it called green energy? I don't know, I thought that'd be like Phazon. Either. 1 per 10. Like the art style and the delivery and stuff does remind me of like Federation Force, but not that the characters itself.
Samus? You hear me?
No.
I patched into the facility speakers.
No.
I can use them to communicate.
Please don't.
I noticed that
I'm in a spooky area. Let me get spooked, man.
That was you, wasn't it? Nice. Proceed with caution. You never know what's lurking.
So they brought the pots here. This is like a pot studying place. Normal effects from dosage increase. Research sample containing a TK code. Okay. Alright. TK code fragment collected. False energies for the win. Screw those green recyclable energies. Cell multiplication is within normal value range. Cell multiplication. No normal cell mutation. Oh, so they're using green energy, whatever that is, to study the grievers. Like, reverse a thing. So there's more pots here for study. Tasked arm for performing internal and external repairs on cryopods. Oh lord. Security. Cryopods containing subjects are arriving at the lab almost daily. The pods put them into cold hibernation and maintain minimal life functions. Operation of the cooling equipment has been deemed absolutely essential, so the system has been designed to continue functioning even if the entire facility were to fall into low power mode. Similarly, thorough inspection and repair of cryopods is one of our highest priority tasks. Alright. And I guess I'm looking for a TK code. To open that door. This looks like something out of Dragon Ball. Like Akira Toriyama drew this. I don't know why, it reminds me of the concepts of Dragon Ball. Nova DNA sequencer. Lamorn device for complex genetic sequencing. Used to find organisms and analyze genetic mutations. Oh. So they were able to, like, make their own, like, DNA splicing and stuff, I guess. They were really that advanced. Is it called green energy just because it's green energy, or is it just like a name they're using right now because the Lamorn just discovered it, kind of like phasing? I found the fact that they built this in an ice mountain to preserve frozen specimen even during failure an interesting lore point. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. I just think it would have been cooler to know how, like, maybe they're using energy from Voltforge or the things involved. Like, if you went into Voltforge and then you saw suddenly, like, more of these machines manufacturing, say, the pots or something along those lines for foreshadowing that it would have been, like, nice to connect the areas. Similar to how I say Magmor Caverns, you see them pumping the magma, which then you kind of see the same machinery over in Phazon Mines. Priest Jatoya wants to install something in this room. Apparently it'll be a gift to the one who will become our savior in some point in the future. But do we not need a savior right now? If our efforts are not the priority, then do the Lamorn have a future? All we can do now is continue the experiments and believe that we will see results. I pray for the day when I can leave this dark, freezing lab and walk under the sun again. Ah, sweet. Now we're getting... Okay, so this is definitely Metroid Prime me. Hooray. Yay! Reminds me of, like, the Luminoth lore. Oh. Grapple? Looks kind of like a hook. What if it was green? I thought this is what it was with purple, the game. Hey! Sweet. Alright, so grapple lasso. I guess we're back to the Prime 3 days where it's lasso and beam are separate power-ups. Very smooth. Very smooth. But there's nothing else for me to scan in this room that might give me more information on what's going on. Or from the environment. I mean, I think like if I were to interconnect these areas that I've been so far with what little I know thus far, is that what you call it, the Lamorn and the Grievers and all that sort of like bio flora and fauna mostly condensed in Fury Green, because maybe the rest of the planet is like an arid desert type of stuff. And so the Lamorn built the Volt Forge in that area because they could weaponize or manipulate, like they could harness the energy from the constant thunderstorms to fuel that entire infrastructured facility, and they automated it. And through that, you would see them building more of the robots and pots and things for the other areas that you would see and interact with for foreshadowing. So that then you see like the pots being shipped on a monorail system, the Leap Forge. So that way, when you walk in here, you would see that same sort of monorail line heading over here. And then it's connected with a lava area because I don't know what the Lamorn did in the lava section yet. Maybe it's like Magmor Carvings where they harnessed energy. Okay. Now I can go open the door? Alright. Is there an item? Got the grapple lasso, so you never know. Like, that's a type of visual storytelling and sort of like organic map storytelling that you would see in Echoes and even Corruption at some point with the Reptilicus, and you see all the Morganars and where they're left, and you even discover the place where the last Lord of Signs was hitting at. Physical force. Oh, okay. Neat. And I got a missile from it. That's correct. Skytown, yeah, I mean, the lore in Skytown had a lot to tell when you read it about the story of the Elysians and the first ones, which were like Chozo and Elysia of origin, and how the Chozo granted them sentience compared to the other machines, and how they went into like these perpetual sleeps in different intervals because they had no more reasons to... Okay, so this is a map. To do things. But then you walk around it and you see what's little left of the facility, and how they... Then the Federation discovered them, and they found new purpose with the Federation to sort of aid the Chozos. Because if you remember, in the lore of Skytown, the Elysians saw... achieve like a similar level of enlightenment as the Chozos, and were able to even sort of travel the stars in their dreams via like ghosts, and they saw the fall of Talon 4 completely helpless to do anything about it, just like as the Chozos were.
Keep it up.
Is this the same robot? Oh no, it's different. Light maintenance tank. Kind of looks very similar to the other one, so I wasn't able to tell the difference. There's not much in this room to tell me anything. Another one of these. Okay. So I gotta find more. Stretcher. Alright, so I'm assuming that perhaps they took out the things in the pod at this level of the facility to study them. Like they brought them in the top, probably like processed them and made like surface level research and investigations, and then this is, you know, even deeper into the machine, because now we're seeing stretchers rather than container pods that move these things into it. Anxiety. Green energy. Green energy. Dosage results in the show no significant benefits at this time. Essentially, a rapid increase in cellular proliferation speed and doubling of the number of cells increases growth and effective vitality. But why has this vector taken such an abnormal turn? And what could be done to shift it back to its original direction? Our time is limited, and I'm worried about our remaining stockpiles. Okay, missile. The game material is otherwise indestructible. Green apple. Green apple energy. I know, like, in the other games, Wave Beam, Ice Beam, Power Bombs don't seem like much names, but, like, you know, we came from terminology like Phazon, Metroids, Chozos, Luminoff, Lamorne, and then it's like green energy and psychic energy. Sweet, okay, one down. Test capsule contains body tissue samples. Alright, so yeah, I guess they took them out, put them on a stretcher, and poisonous liquid. Oh my gosh, there's a cuckoo outside, chat. Burb. Oh, it fling into the wall. I think that happened yesterday, and I had the same cool reaction. Is it the green rocks? I wouldn't be able to tell you. Maybe? If so, then why continue to do these things? Unless it's like, alright, in the ecosystem, it's just a rain, and the Lamorne are trying to change that. I'm assuming it's got to do with the rain that we saw earlier in the desert. But, like, I feel like I did so many other things just meandering that I kind of forgot about it. The subject is in hibernation in the cryopod, and its metabolism is at minimum levels. Unfortunately, we're unable to perform the experiments we like with the subject in this state. The subject's metabolic function is inactive. A reversal of its rapid cellular proliferation cannot occur. First, we must awake the subject and restore its normal metabolic function. This also means restoring the consciousness, so appropriate sedation will be crucial. Alright, so they gotta start waking them up to actually do any work and see. Interesting. The soundtrack is very good at the spookiness, but I feel like maybe some sound effects would help. I'm thought about the little like noises that you hear in like the Orpheon as you're walking around it, but I guess everything is frozen here. Wow. So these are grievers. Stasis and heal damage to their internal organs. Pound is now low power mode. Culture and preservation liquid has licked. The life science of specimen griever has ceased. I used to place specimens in stasis and heal damage for the internal organs. Griever enclosed after an experimental Lamorne restoration procedure. I used to place specimens in stasis. Oh. Is it making the noise? Liquid leak. Analysis implies extended neglect led to the specimen's death. That's a thought. Yeah. I guess it is making the noise. Creepy. Saw lore. Analysis. We are monitoring subjects who have had GE, green energy, administered here. Regardless of green energy concentration, there do not appear to be any significant difference. We see regeneration without an apparent mutation to alter the cells. Furthermore, no matter how deep our analysis, we have yet to see any apparent chromosome abnormalities, and it is almost as if they are natural creatures. Put another way, if we're just to judge based on DNA, there's no significant differences between them and us. What is going on? Ah. Oh boy. So yeah, grievers are Lamorne, I guess? Or some other subspecies? Whoa. Ah, great. Spooky stuff. Cosmic horror, yes. Normally in low power mode. Most OP thing that was the most OP thing in Prime 2 was the adding the spring ball. I thought spring ball was added in Corruption. How did you trigger spring ball and echoes in the GameCube controls? Surveillance monitor containing a TK code. Oh. Cause like echoes was on the GameCube, and on the GameCube there's no spring ball. Then Corruption came out, and they added the spring ball function with the flick of the Wiimote, and then that brought that feature back to Trilogy and the Prime remaster, and I'm very happy that they brought it back here. Anything else for me to collect if I go through this area? Ooh, creepy. No, nothing. Yeah, so it was a thing that Corruption added then, not echoes. Because it was in Corruption Vanilla before Trilogy. Currently offline, accessible once power has been restored. All right. I read that. Anything here? So Grievers are Lamorne, is it because of the Nova DNA configurations? My guess is that whatever this green energy is causing them to mutate. And the bosses have been inflicted with some form of Metroid fusion, so what if the green energy is just like, they're raining Metroid DNA and it's like caused things to like regress in evolution or some shit like that. We may have had a breakthrough today. Until now, we presumed that the physical transformation was triggered by something in the crystals causing compositional change in the green energy, which would in turn cause an abnormality in gene transcription. Yet that is not the case. In actuality, an unused region of the brain linked with the crystals is stimulated, and as a result, genes that would normally have stayed pseudogenes were transcribed. And no wonder, are we unlocking a blocked evolutionary branch? This would mean the great tragedy was merely one possible evolution of one potential future. So with that in mind, what would happen if, when administering green energy, we disable those genes at the moment that the rapid cellular proliferation is triggered? There should be sufficient value in attempting this to justify altering the baseline system's program. Oh, sorry. Balsale. Balsale. So it's like Aeon, how Aeon affects Metroids? Yeah, I think so. Sweet. But where did it come from and why are they using it? Nothing here. Aside from this. At least it led to a missile. Oh wow. Big object float. Primarily used to perform experimental autopsies. An autopsy table. Uses a gravity tuning device inside the padding to stabilize specimens without need to restraint. Whoa. TK code. Okay. Locking a hidden gene in the species in the next stage of Lamorne evolution or de-evolution. Given the fact that they're trying to sort of cure it, I guess. Shutter. We were so close, it seemed like we had succeeded in disabling the problematic genes, and also resetting the cells, causing the rapid proliferation process to replicate normal genetic information and restore their state. However, for some reason, we were unable to stabilize it. Subjects reverted. Right now I want to check over the genetic analysis to see if there were any problems in our process. I don't want this setback to have been for nothing. Ooh. Cryopod rail system. Alright, so yeah, they bring it from the top level down here. And I guess they put it on this pod, and then they put it on stretchers or move the pod to whatever autopsy table or room they need to take them into. Whoa. More of these robots. I mean, I'd be happy to do a lore video, but I haven't really found much of it yet. From what these games tend to be. Specimen staff. Alright, so yeah, they put the pots here. And they're able to like take them out safely in here, I assume. I do like how the Grievers look a lot and how they... Oh, wow. Yeah, look, there's so many of... Alright, so this has got to be like a storage facility where they put the pots. Crazy thought. When you think that, like, alright, all of these, and they're trying to, like, pervert all this genetic mutations that are happening to the Grievers, which they found to be no different than the Lamorn, which is what I was... That spooked me. Theorizing earlier. So is it coming back to life? No, I just got a TK code. So I guess I go back to the TK door room. Samus seems to have the habit of coming across alien civilizations which have been wiped out by various cosmic horrors. Well, that's the biggest case of most Metroid games, especially starting with the Prime series. Even when you think about that, like Choso's made their own cosmic horror stuff by necessity of sorts, with the Metroids and Mother Brain. And then you have Gorea, and then you have all of the Phazon stuff. And now it's C-Lux. Resignation. Our resources are running very low. We're almost out of the chemical needed for research and experiments. At the same time, progress remains at a standstill. Naturally, there is a rising sense of panic and resignation. We cannot hope for more chemicals to arrive, and if we use what we have before the experiment succeeds, no, even if it succeeds, and with that we have left. And with what we have left, and we are losing researchers, everybody's likely thinking the same thing. Abandon ship.
Samus, looks like you made it through another floor. You're getting close to the generator.
I don't need you to tell me that. Check the map. Door sensors offline. So just open door. Just shoot that. Open other door. Ooh. Change of pace? Whoa. Wind power? Lightweight vertical wind turbines made to withstand the valley's severe winds. When the facility is in low power mode, the wind power fulfills all energy needs. Cool. Blue croc. Chiroptera variant that flies using the patagion wings. The leader guides the colony by emitting sound waves from their antennae. So I guess I gotta find a way to cross all of this. Oh, the wind is actually pushing me. So I guess it can push me off this. Grapple point. Alright, so grapple beam. Nope. Alright, so I gotta wait for the wind. Not over there for sure. Right, I'll just wait the wind. It's cool how the arm cannon is sort of frosted. I am trapped here? Well, I guess I'll find another way out. Cool. I really like these guys, snow roaches. I like how they're used for, like, giving you visual clues. Alright. Records. There is little more we can do. Every experiment has ended in failure and the results remain unchanged. If we put the facility into low power mode, it should remain intact for as long as there are maintenance tanks to look after it. We can leave behind our records, but will anyone ever see them? And if so, will they succeed where we could not? No, this is not the time for doubt. We must do everything we can. So I'm taking it that the big boss in this area is going to be whatever, like, big, monster Lamorn Griever thing that they're trying to revert, or maybe something along those lines, like the Alpha. Queen Griever. Or King Griever. We got a Parasite Queen. Ooh. These look pretty. Cluster 01, cryogenic and bioform studies. Containment unit research and development. Cluster 2, captured specimen identification and medical records. Treatment examination 00143. And it's got coordinates. Oh, they're both YY. I guess they're not coordinates. Video log backups for experimentation and treatment. Psychic experimentation, genetic transformation, research and development. This is not grapple. Lock. More robots. But, I don't know, I thought maybe that'd be like another unique enemy similar to the ice guys that we saw outside. Oh, a save room. I was about to wonder that it's been like a bit of a while since I've seen one. Alright. What else we got here? Query. We have finally reached the end of our resources. Tomorrow we will abandon this lab and at Chatoya's instruction move to the Chrono Tower, built in Soul Valley. We will not able to save our brethren. Why could we not find a way to sterilize the Griever cells when they reverted to their Lamorne counterparts? What did we miss? I will ponder this for the rest of my life. Wow. Fuck. Yeah, creepy. I'll ponder this for the rest of my life. And then we go down the pondering hallways. I hate that because of my monitor. Just going, my capture card just farting again on itself. But it's just been hallways still. There was a little bit of a branching path idea in the Griever section, but in the TK code section, but wow, this looks pretty big. Whoa, monolithic. My favorite part so far of this area has literally been, and I feel like I've only noticed it, that in the elevator getting into here, like you could hear like this sort of breathing in the environment, and now like it's even more prominent here that I'm all the way down here, and I guess this is a generator, so it's like the heart of the beast waiting to come back to life. Currently offline. Give me the lore. Just now, the main generator has stopped. This means that the boiler we use to heat will also stop. The temperature will drop, and I expect the facility will be frozen solid. Hey, thanks for the follow, Eviscerator. Really appreciate it. I hope it's been fun to watch in general. I really enjoy having you guys over here and being able to talk about it. The atmosphere in this area is pretty great. Yes, I just wish there was like a little bit more of the exploration that I had in other atmosphere-rich spooky areas. This should be, the area will switch to low power mode, which uses the wind energy. This should be enough to maintain operation of the cryopods in which our brethren sleep. I believe we have done everything we could here, but ultimately we could not save our kind. I am overwhelmed with helplessness. I trust the words of Chatoya that someday our savior will appear. All I can do right now is pray. I am Targan, and I am utterly defeated. Ooh. Ooh. I am utterly defeated.
Hello.
Oh, hey, Taco.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm just playing some Beyond.
Nice.
Oh. Well, I certainly cannot get that because I don't have Spider Ball, but at least I found it, I guess. I'll make a note of it on my map. I like the fact that I can do this. I love when the stage foreshadows something like that. Surprise, you were walking on a corpse of a giant. Yeah, me too. I love that. Again, I feel like that's the main reason I fell in love with the frigate Orpheon. It was that sort of sense of the sleeping giant that is actually just on its last legs, slowly dying from the infestation and the parasites inside, and how it all comes to a turn. It really sets the stage for like the type of adventure you would have in Prime 1 and discovering what the phase-on is. Which I don't really know how Celux will enter into this whole point of the story, given that he was just a guy who hates the Federation. Unless he's like, I've been doing the mutations so I can use the Grievers to create my own things to destroy the Federation. And then the Federation will come together, we'll build Betsy. And we'll show that Celux just who is boss. Right? I'll tell you that. I wasn't certainly expecting this turn for this story. I'm currently trying to figure out a way to play the other Metroid games. Whoa. Whoa. YouTube recommended this stream. Well, I'm hoping that you enjoy what you see. If you ever, I do a lot of Metroid stuff. Metroid is my jam. So, if you want more Metroid lore and help with that, I would recommend some of the videos that are on my channel that, and go over that. But if you're trying to find the best way to play out the Prime games, I would recommend either, you know, obviously, remaster on the Switch, but then. If you can't find the trilogy on the Wii, Prime Hack, and there's other very great ways that you can experience those games nowadays.
Rendezvous up top and then we'll talk next steps.
Okay. The music is crazy. Oh, I power this up now. Ooh. Neat. Notice as YouTube recommended me your first bits after you started playing Prime on Switch for the first time. Ah. Well, I hope that if you watch the videos that you enjoy them. And if there's ever some topic or thing that you would like to see in the future, for sure, I'd be happy to get any ideas or suggestions or feedback, even if it's in ways to improve the channel. I'm just here to do videos for people. So I'm happy when the people find them and they enjoy them and stuff, because I cannot tell you how much I love Metroid. Oh, capture card, please. It's almost as if the more crazy the visuals get, the more my capture card just goes no. But the lighting is really good, and I like this like activating the machine. Oh, the Metroid is so great. The original Prime and Echoes are my favorites with Fusion, because just of the way of how they tell a story. With like no cutscenes or dialogue, you just have to scan it and look for it in the environment. Capture cards struggle with some resolution changes. I guess so, but I'm playing this on the Switch 1, so I don't know if that's a thing. I don't have a Switch 2. Alright, so I guess if all of this is coming back to life, then I might be in danger. I'm assuming all of those Grievers are going to come out. Did you watch your Metroid Fusion guide because I'm replaying the game? I already beat it once. Wow, I should probably go back and update that video. To be fair, I've been thinking about the fact of just updating a few of the older videos. Most of the ones where like we have new lore or stuff like that, from since the days of Beyond and Dread, and what have you. Speak from experience using a modern capture card with PS2 because those games love changing so wildly different resolution depending on the scene. All right. So also my capture card is pretty old, so it's like it keeps shutting on and off. I like the little morph ball drop. Very prime. Seven, 6, 3. Ooh. Oh gosh. Yeah, it is though. Whoa. Oh wow. I'll inform Chatoya. Damn, Silex blocking the subtitle. Oops, my bad. Alright. Maybe it's a USB issue? Oh, I don't really think so, because if not, I feel like the feed that you're watching would be going on and off. My theory is it's the output of the side of my capture card, but because it's only on the monitor that I'm using to see the game without any latency. Maybe a video of the mistranslation of Metroid Fusion about how the corrupt faction of the Galactic Federation? Yeah, I could probably do a video about that. Been meaning to do it for a while, but I didn't know if Prime's 4 story would go there or not, given that it was Silex as the villain, and he hates the Federation for unknown reasons. Reasons that are still unknown, and I am no closer to those mysteries than I was back in 2006, I'm sorry. Is there an item here? No, that it's all active and shit. But yeah, I guess we saw them trying to heal another Griever, and it didn't work. That's creepy as fuck, though. To be fair, the capture was working well up until this point. So maybe what you're saying, Eviscerator, might seem logical. But I have that a lot with Switch games. I was recording some stuff on the Wii U from like Corruption and whatever earlier, and I didn't really have this much of an issue, so who knows. Where's that lightning shot coil, man? Yeah, I mean, I don't know where Silex is at. I'd expect that we would get a semblance of his plan or motives in passing. I ran into him in Vault Forge, but that was just a decoy. Oh, I'm back here. So they failed their experiments. Those that cutscene was creepy as fuck. I love that. Please more. Less is more, I agree.
Come back to the control room. I'm waiting for you up there.
I almost like ignore when other people like come and chime in. Tabika and stuff. But yeah, I finished Prime 4 a few days ago, and before that Prime, I had only ever played Prime Hunters and Zero Mission like 20 years ago. And going from 1 to 4 definitely leaves a lot to fill in, like who Silex is. Well, we'll see. Like a decoy Siluxtopus? No, it was just a robot pretending to be Silux. It wasn't a decoy octopus type of thing with a diaper chief. I mean DARPA chief. This song is crazy though. I feel like it's definitely the one thing I'll be coming back to the most. Yamamoto does it again.
I'm not sure what's happening. This whole facility just went into lockdown.
Well, I activated it because there's some experiments going on here, but I knew that. Oh. Yeah, this is where we start fighting Grievous. No, it really is alien. Cool. I like the noise they make. The little bump, 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 bump. Those sounds are so creepy and cool. Kind of wish that you could choose to listen to the comms calls in like Mega Man 6 or Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, I mean, if I'd be like, all right, just let me turn off the hint system, and if I turn off the hint system, then I'm completely lost in stuff. Oh, look at the Grievers moving in the back. That's like the first time they do that trick, and it's been a trick that the devs have been doing since like the original Metroid Prime. The only thing I know is that the Samus with all of things Elma ship is just a joke from you. But even as a joke, it's so evil. So appreciate you never making them again. For bare minimum, it may... That's, what do you mean? I don't know anything that you said, chat member, but if it's my bit, the bit is still going on. I don't know how to tell you that, chat member. You're looking at the bit. Alright, can't get that, I guess. Oh, what a troll.
I'm picking up a lot of activity.
What a troll.
What's happening down there?
I missed a lot of the stream. How you been enjoying it? It's kind of the same as yesterday. Not much more or less. It's just that I'm still waiting for the moment where I get to like get lost and explore. Right now I'm just trying to find my way out. At least there was I felt for like an area that had more environmental storytelling. These are just power conductors. Like I'm trying to see if there's any other things to collect now that the facility is powered up. But this room kind of looked a little bit like the Nostromo insides. What makes you think you're getting out of here alive? You'll burn. You'll burn. Oh, look at it, creepy. Oh. It's a good thing I found that fire charge shot, because it's been very much coming in handy. So the solution to this puzzle was waiting for me to trigger the cutscene to come back. I just noticed I've been at 69 health for a while now.
Oh no. They're in the wall.
They're in the wall. Did he just make they're in the walls joke? Furnace. I kind of like the twist. Forgot what story game has it too, but I like the idea of stumbling into an abandoned station and finding out that the scientists became the monsters you thought. Well, not the scientists themselves, but the people. Samus, they're in the walls.
Samus, do you copy? I got red dots on my radar.
Well, yeah, I mean, red dots on the radar. That's not like I got bogeys on my radar. Some other military term. Red dots.
They're coming for me. Going off comm. Meet you upstairs.
Gotcha. Try not to die. More full tunnel. Okay, can't do that here. Not, just not yet. Cool. Ooh, creepy.
Samus, you made it. Let's take care of this.
More fighting? Okay.
They're coming from that.
I feel like I've done more fighting than exploration so far. death delivery right there. Who's hitting me? Oh, that guy. And that other guy. Oh my, come on. Come on, capture crab. Come on, please. Please. Oh, I forgot. I haven't scanned. Reader Tokabi. An infantryman and former hunter who specializes in long-range precision shooting, armed with a KT-6116. Short to long-range rifle and visor-length scope. Wow. Is that it?
I think we're clear.
Solid work, Samus. Power's back online. Feels like the heat is too. Might be what's drawing those strange creatures.
You don't say.
You'll be able to use that elevator now. It'll give you access to the deepest level.
You don't say
I'll be
now.
back. Try to open the gate from up here. The rest is up to you.
Okay. Okay, so just take the elevator. Just secure. Okay, that's the electricity, which I don't have. And I can't even go back out because it's locked. Okay, so elevator it is. Loading screen. Cool. It was just straight up an elevator scene. So I'm assuming up next is a boss as well, but I think I'll probably save that for the next stream on Friday. I feel like I've already played enough, and I need to like go do some other things right now. With that said, I felt like Icebelt was, if that's it, that was pretty cool and interesting. I like the fact that we finally have some lore. I guess I just wish there was a little bit more of the environmental storytelling, or rooms that use different assets or unique layouts, so that you could find things. But it was kind of cool that it was very creepy, and it was very much in Metroid with the cosmic body horror and stuff like that. But I still don't find how all these puzzle pieces might connect, or how all these different worlds might connect. I do like the arm cannon change though. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a stream here, but I'll be back on Friday around the same time, if not tomorrow, to stream a little bit more and do this boss, and then see what is the next portion of the game. Quarantine chamber. Alright, so I'm very much looking forward to whatever big-ass thing that had to put at the very bottom of the facility in the quarantine chamber. That is certainly a thought. The animations are so cool. Yeah, the animations are very clean. The visuals are very nice. The architecture, art direction, and music are phenomenal. So like the presentation is there. I'm just waiting to see where the gameplay of that prime exploration starts to kick into here, because it's so far it was literally like, all right, cinematic intentional loss, survive as long as you can, against the wolves, and then I go into the facility to just have Tabika tell me in a cutscene what are the things that I'm supposed to do, to then go into the lab, TK code, other lab, other TK code, and then eventually turned on the machine, and then just made my way back up through morphball tunnels instead of the main doors. So like there wasn't really a chance for me to like, all right, here's a room, and it's connected to other rooms, and it's connected to other rooms, and oh, I reached a dead end and stuff like that. So like I know the Metroid games are always about like the linear in the end, but they hide that with the type of places that you can get lost by exploring. That in this case there isn't quite the same. Tokabi, no Tabaki. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. What was his name? Regis Tokabi. Alright. Corporal Regis Tokabi is a sniper in the Galactic Federation. Once a hunter working on remote worlds, he volunteered for Federation service in the hopes of finding stability. He enjoys solitude and dislikes working with others, always preferring to go on missions solo without a spotter. The Tokabi family has worshipped the god Solan for generations, Reger included. He's never without his arrowhead-shaped talisman and strongly believes his continued survival is only because of its protection. Unfortunately, his beliefs are often in conflict with his missions and their use of his talents, which is a source of much loathing and personal strife. Cool. I guess I just wish I was a little bit more in the story, since they're going through the troubles of doing all of the cinematics and voice acting and the likes. It all feels like different mission breathings with the occasional flavor text. Oh, you're so cool that you're Samus Aran. But none of it seems like even like the expositional, this is what's happening. Religion in Metroid? Would you consider the Luminov? With the way they worshipped or the light of Aether and stuff? This is very cool. This sort of immediacy I can go back and forth is extremely satisfying. I cannot put it into words. Playtime 5 hours. Wow. It certainly doesn't feel like that, and I don't know if... And I guess that's because, like, I'm just going through the motions so far. But yeah, I mean, I'll be back here on Friday. Probably not tomorrow. It all really depends on how busy things get. But definitely will be here on Friday, and I'll continue playing. Do this boss and then see where we have to go next. Cause I only got the grapple lasso. And then going from the top of my head, I didn't really see much doors in like Volt Forge or Fury Green that might like require the grapple lasso. I certainly seen like things I can interact with in the environments, but I'm not sure if those would lead to other rooms. But perhaps the boss will give me something that I can use. But yeah, with all that said, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope that I'll see you on Friday around the same time, and that you guys have a great day. Take care.